Warning, the views and opinions here are mostly fact, but just like George Santos, we don't let the facts get in the way of a good story. Race car spelled backwards is still race car. This is the Race Car Spelled Backwards podcast. Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Brad, and with me is Jamie, and this is Race Car Spelled Backwards. Jamie, how's it going, bud?
Zoom! That's backwards in reverse. Like,
what?
That is my
backwards in her
GTP hybrid backwards. I'm only using electric power right now, but when I get fast enough, it'll use the motor.
So how do those cars charge while driving?
Yes.
So the battery's charged by
and there's
gas.
no starter because their electric is what starts them. And once they get rolling, the motors start.
So you can't, if you turn it off, you're done.
Pretty much.
One and done.
Yeah.
What we're talking about is the GTP class
that we'll be seeing Saturday
for IMSA. There's
24 hours.
So I don't know. I'm fairly new last couple of years to the IMSA racing.
Well, this is a brand new class for this year.
I mean, yeah. So, but hasn't GTP been around in the past? Like,
yeah, but it wasn't hybrid before.
Yeah, but it was. So this isn't the GTP concept isn't new, but the hybrid concept is.
Yes.
I mean, I think it's cool. I can't wait. Everybody during the off season has been saying these GTP cars were going to be slower, but from everything I've seen, even on the guy who got the pole yesterday, it was a faster lap than the pole from last year for the DPI series.
I'm excited about it because, you know, they let us all over the place there with our passes.
Yeah, it's going to be cool. I can't wait.
And Porsche is going to win. Just making that prediction, even though they're slower right now.
Yeah, so we'll
be eating nice food at the Porsche tent.
Yeah, we're heading down.
I forget.
To the 24
hours. Is your pinky out with tea, or is it in?
They're going to let two peasants in the Porsche tent?
We're members. We look like peasants. But
last year, Jamie got called a peasant. It's in the tram line. You're waiting to get on public transportation.
Yeah, they cost nothing.
She's this peasant in front of me. Like, lady, I was too cold.
Was it because I was in? What was I wearing? Gym shorts? No, it was cold. I was wearing sweatpants under my jeans with a t-shirt, a hoodie, and a jacket. Yeah.
Man, we had on so many layers.
She was dressed to the nines. I don't know why you dress that way to get, rubber soot on your body? And
it's not the
exhaust?
But it's not like NASCAR. You know, there's a lot of people dressed like that.
That's because there's
a lot of
Team Ferrari,
a lot
Team
of khakis,
Porsche,
a lot of slacks,
deck shoes.
Yeah, and I'm not talking about team owners. I'm talking about fans.
Some of the lower classes were there too.
Oh, I mean,
there might have been some peasants there.
Yeah, Dim Benedetto.
Yeah, driving that Lamborghini around that had sounded
American
bad.
Flag and
did he put some Chinese parts on that Ferrari?
It was down a cylinder.
It sounded like it.
And he never got out of last.
No.
But he had that American flag on it, so that's how we know it was Dim Benedetto.
I think he's denying he was there now.
So, you think Santos will run for president in 2024? I mean, he checks all your boxes. And if he doesn't check yours,
check them.
Give him 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And he will. Me and Jamie have been joking around about Santos running for president in 2024 all weekend. That's one of the things Jamie said for his campaign slogan.
Didn't he say he co-hosted our podcast once?
He did.
I think so.
I thought he said he actually came up with the idea and we stole it from him.
Could be.
I mean, he might have.
Do we need to pay him royalties?
We can run his official, unofficial podcast. Our motto is, if you want the truth, you're listening to the wrong podcast. That's why we had our warning at the beginning of the show.
Doesn't he say, if this isn't your truth, wait 5 minutes? It will be?
Yeah. What is your truth so I can change my truth?
I'm not even sure he's Republican.
I mean, his mom
survived
the Holocaust. No, his grandmother survived Holocaust.
She fell out of a building, didn't she? 9/11. Twin Towers.
I don't even think she was there.
And he caught her wearing his cape.
Oh, that's right. He was in the third tower.
Because he's Batman too.
He was in the third tower.
Yeah.
That's what he said.
Yeah, the one no one knows about.
He was on the plane But he jumped.
Just before it hit.
He jumped onto the third tower then.
Yeah.
Changed into his Batman outfit.
Saved his mom.
And his grandmother from the Holocaust.
Used a batarang and threw it. It circled the American Express building next door, and they swung out just before it collapsed.
We called the Batplane, picked him up in the air.
Yeah.
He just hit pause.
Because all the rubble, the Batmobile could make it.
That's right. It's probably buried under there.
But did you know he was Spider-Man before he became Batman?
I heard he was Superman.
It could be.
Maybe it was both.
Spider-Man's Marvel. Can he do that crossover? Marvel to DC?
Well, I mean,
I guess he can.
He's attempting to qualify for the Daytona 500 here in a few weeks.
I heard he started the 24-hour Daytona.
He did?
It was his Rolex that started it.
It was his idea.
He also designed the cup for the champion
well, he went
in NASCAR.
Didn't he go to high school with Henry Ford?
Yeah.
Yeah. And Doc Holliday.
Yeah.
And Jesus.
I went to high school with him, according to him.
Oh, yeah, y'all did.
Yeah.
Or y'all
according to him. I don't remember him at all.
So how do you know it's true?
I'm just assuming, why would a politician lie?
Because that's what he was taught to do. That's what he said.
By the last two presidents.
That's what he said. The last two presidents have taught him how to lie.
It worked.
He got elected.
Wow.
And I don't even think the people that elected him are that mad.
No.
Wasn't he? Whoa. There we go.
Oh.
You know, Jamie don't know how to stop this noise.
Yeah, I took it off. Wow. All right.
So,
why did I know? Why wouldn't they know who they are?
We will be in Daytona this weekend for the 24 hours. We're going to be documenting our trip to the 24 hours and the Cannonball Run through YouTube Shorts. I don't know if you haven't seen them, head over to our YouTube channel. We've been posting shorts for a few days now.
Now, let me answer this.
And
my warranty's expired on my Model T, 1912 Ford Model T. Do you think George gave him my phone number?
Santos?
It teaches me a lesson not to answer an unknown caller.
I'm sure he did. So we're doing the Cannonball Run to the Clash. We'll document all of that on our YouTube channel through YouTube Shorts. So if you haven't subscribed already, go over there, check it out. Make sure you subscribe. So,
we're thinking maybe we'll say we just passed through a city 30 minutes after we already passed through because that blinding speed in that Prius.
Yeah.
We'd hate to alert the police officers that we're doing 5 miles over the speed limit.
We would have to post it early so they could get there and wait and watch. But then
I think they could catch up from behind.
They're going to be laughing so hard.
Yeah.
Jamie's going to get the toilet hitch seat and go ahead and just put it on there for the whole trip. Just leave it on. Take the hitch off.
I only have a 1 1/4 inch receiver. So
I think we can duct tape a regular seat to the current hitch.
What's a regular seat cost? $20?
We'll just lay it down over your hitch so the hitch ball will actually come up through the seat. So you don't want to use it because that would hurt. But
you'd poop on the hitch.
Yeah, you just have to sit on the edge.
You would dribble on the hitch.
You couldn't use...
Your balls would get cold hitting that receiver.
But you wouldn't use the hitch. I mean,
I'm just going to roll down the window and pee.
We wouldn't use the actual toilet seat. What I'm saying is just buy it to put on the car. Aerodynamics.
You think it would help it? Like
it's gonna create downforce on the back like a splitter would on these sports car, like the new next gen.
You think it'll help us get more better gas mileage?
I think it'll add at least one.
So we should
1 point, maybe 2. It'll pay for itself by the time we get home, I think.
We were riding with a fellow employee of where we work with. His name was Kyle. We only lost 1 mile per gallon with him in the car.
So if we add the toilet seat splitter to the rear it'll be the toilet seat.
It has a diffuser.
It'll be a toilet seat rear diffuser is basically what it becomes.
Can we adjust it?
Yeah, you can open it or shut it. So that would actually get us back to where we need to be when Kyle's in the car with us.
But he's not going to the Clash with us.
No, but he'll ride with us again at some point. And then we'll just put the toilet seat back on the hitch.
Maybe we should make him, he's new, we should make him ride on the toilet seat.
No, because he'd have to sit on the hitch, and you don't want to make anybody sit on that hitch.
Hey, I got some heat tape we could wrap around it to keep his bum warm.
It would. Hey, got a question.
Uh-huh.
You ever cut your nipple in half?
No. I cut my jedge with a miter saw once.
Hey, you told me that.
Yeah.
I still ain't sure how you did that.
You know how it slides back and forth and you lock it?
Yeah.
I thought I had locked it and I hadn't. And I had taken the blade guard off.
Yeah.
Because I didn't, sometimes it gets in the way and you have to hold it. And so I grabbed it, turned it sideways, and that blade came down the rails and hit my jedge.
So,
It's a slight cut on the shaft.
you sure it was a miter saw and not a table saw?
It was a miter saw.
Talking about the one you pull down like.
Uh-huh. It's got two rails in the back, so you can pull it. So you can also
So it can go
do a
front
straight
and back,
cut. Uh-huh.
right? Yeah. Okay.
I didn't lock it down.
And you didn't have a safety on it.
No, I took the shield off.
You don't really need a safety anyway. That's just.
I decided to put it back on after I went to the doctor.
You
He said,
cut
"Oh my God."
You cut your wiener with a miter saw.
He says it's not deep enough to get a stitch.
Your Peter and the miter saw.
Yeah.
The Peter miter.
It really didn't do anything other than, I'm not going to go into more details. Let's just say my wife wanted a break with a cut.
The only reason I asked about the cutting of your nipple is last week I actually did. I cut my nipple.
I don't know how you did that. That's almost as bad as a miter saw hitting your jedge.
Well, actually, your story wins. I just had
a
piece of plastic caught in the loofah and it cut my nipple. It just hurt really bad.
I can imagine so.
I had on pierced for a long time. When I was 18, I got on pierced. I don't know.
Tommy Lee told you to do it? Or was it George?
It probably had something to do with Tommy Lee and Motley Crue and me being an 18-year-old idiot. But I got both of them pierced when I was 18. I left them in. I had a bet with a friend of mine that he said I wouldn't leave them in until I was 30. So I was actually 31 when I took them out.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm 38 now.
It's pretty committed.
Once they healed up, I just left. They hurt. I've got a bunch of tattoos, and nothing hurt worse than the nipple piercing. Like, none of my tattoos equaled that because it took months to heal.
George Santos sent a text. He's listening to us live. I don't know how because we got to edit and post the show. But he said...
He doesn't believe me.
He said that he started Motley Crue.
He did. You don't remember that? And then
he started Motley Crue, but
then he backed out and Vince took over. That's where Vince got the job because George, his vocals were going bad back in the 80s. He was having some vocal issues and he just couldn't keep going. So Vince stepped in. He wanted Neil Young to do it, but Neil was busy. So he got Vince Neil.
He says right here he left Motley Crue to help start Nirvana.
No, that ain't true.
You don't believe George?
No. Pearl Jam maybe, but not Nirvana.
You don't think so?
Yeah. All right, you ready? Let's jump right into who buys this stuff. So this week, who buys this stuff? First item on our list is a smart automatic doggy door. So this doggy door or pet door, I don't want to offend cats by saying doggy door, so it's a pet door. It's made by Petvation. You buy it from their website online. It's $229. And it's basically like Face ID for your cat or dog. So when your dog goes up to this door, it looks like a regular pet door. When your dog goes up to it, it'll scan their face and decide if they're allowed to come in. So the description of this thing was, people say the evolution of technology is a scary thing, but advanced tech won't look that scary if it's your adorable dog. Today, you'll be looking at a doggy door with facial recognition, a real-time biometric identification system for your dog or cat made by Petvation that allows your pets inside the doggy door. And only your pet. Do you see a need for this, Jamie?
Yes, I need it for my dogs and cats. What about Dave's snakes?
It doesn't say it'll work with snakes. So when biometric security comes up, the conversation usually includes fingerprint scanners, voice recognition, and now facial recognition can be integrated with your furry baby needs. We know that allowing your dogs to come and go as they want might be difficult. Of course, you want them to have fun, but you want them to be safe also. But on the other hand, see, this simple flaps and doors are infamous for stressing your dog out. How's that going to stress your dog out? Getting smashed by other dogs. I guess if one's going in, one's going out, that could be stressful.
Well, in my house, we have foxes.
Foxes?
Foxes. There's even beavers down the creek.
Not in your house.
Well, they could come in through the doggy door.
Well, that's the purpose of this doggy door, this facial recognition doggy door.
That would prevent those in the possums. They come in, or is it opossum?
Yes.
Should I ask George?
It says right here, what's more, it can also detect and prevent admission.
Oh, we got skunks too.
To the most frequent undesirable guests from entering your home, including raccoons, wolves, coyotes, bear, deer, squirrels, rabbits, ducks, bears. Again, I guess they're serious about bears.
Bear?
Skunks.
How's a bear going to fit in your
rats.
doggy door?
Well, I was going to ask you that. It'll keep out boars, snakes, chickens, and others. So you're sure that your home is safe from them. Petvation, like Face ID on your smartphone, does facial recognition using machine learning and only opens when it detects a familiar face. How do you get your animal to sit still long enough in front of the camera for the camera to determine if it's the right animal or not? I can't tell most people's cats and dogs apart.
No, I can't either. Look at that cat. He's not very happy about it.
Well, he's mad because you're scanning his face.
I don't think I could hold any one of my pets long enough for it to recognize my pets.
So this product, apparently, this was on one of those you donate to help build this product. So it's only got a handful of them have been made, and they're in testing right now.
How much is it?
$230.
Does it come with the doggy door or just a camera?
It comes with the whole setup. So it looks like it's a couple inches thick. But the thing is, you have to plug it in. So you have a cord running from your door now to an outlet. So you need an electrician to come out and add an outlet right next to your door so you can plug them in easily.
Well, that just makes it pointless.
Well, are you a yes or no on this one?
Well, no, because if I do an extension cord, I'll trip on it.
Yeah, I'm a no on this one as well. All right, so since we are doing the Cannonball Run, the next item on the list I found is the portable car toilet. So we've had the trailer hitch toilet. This one is actually a seat toilet. So this looks like a bedpan. If you're looking at this, it looks like a bedpan. It has a seat belt on it so you don't fall off, or you can use it while you're driving. It actually slopes. That way when you set it in your seat, since your seats slope backwards, it'll be level and flat. So the description on the website says, going for long drives can be risky, especially in circumstances where you think you may need to use the restroom. Several people can also benefit from the little-known product that makes using your own toilet possible from just about any location, whether you're at home, on the road, camping, or somewhere else entirely.
That's so disgusting, dude.
Introducing these portable car toilets, which are great for using on the go and make it easy to use the bathroom without being messy, difficult to clean, or requiring you to go somewhere specific to use the restroom.
That is really gross.
Well, at least she's got her pants on in the picture. It's got a seatbelt on it. So do you just sit on this thing the whole time while you're driving, and if you got a crap, you just let it roll?
If I'm sitting in a car, I got to stand up to pull my pants down.
This description came directly off their website.
The lady looks like she's pooping in her pants in the picture.
Yeah.
And they got a toilet scrubber.
A toilet brush, so you can clean it.
Where are you going to put that thing while you're driving down the road at 80 miles an hour?
Under your seat. You don't put the pooper, whatever you want to call it.
There's a bag. What are you going to throw the bag of pooper out the window?
You poop in it. It goes in the bag. When you're done, you put this airtight lid on, Then when you get stopped, you open the lid, you roll the bag up, and you throw it in the garbage can. It says, this amazing portable toilet is perfect for unloading huge dumps and peas in the car, at campsites, or just about any remote location you need. It's small enough to pack away easily, and it includes useful features meant to make it as comfortable as possible for your butt and easy to use in your car. The in-car toilet includes a seatbelt design that makes it easy to lock into your car when it comes time to use the restroom. Whether you're camping or driving, the portable in-car toilet is made from a PP eco-friendly plastic, making it perfectly lightweight, and it can hold up to 550 pounds safely. Its smooth plastic surface also makes it easy to disinfect between uses. This portable toilet is great for many, many more uses than just camping and using in the car. I'm not using this on the Cannonball Run. So,
no, you're not. Not in my car.
This product is $85.99. You can buy this on Amazon.
Why?
There's a couple reviews I grabbed off here. So, Anonymous, which is their name.
Look at that. Straps aren't long enough to store. What if you take a corner too fast and the poop hits your butt?
You slide off.
You got peanut butter stains on your rectum.
So Anonymous said it did not sit flat on the car seat and therefore liquid went everywhere. That's bad.
Yes, it is.
So Anonymous was trying to pee in it. Do you pee in it like it's a urinal? And why wouldn't you just get out and pee?
Dude, dropping a deuce is disgusting in the car. There's nothing more disgusting. You're in this enclosed small spot.
So Mickey gave it a 5 out of 5 and says perfect for when you're stuck in the car. As someone with anxiety around not being able to use the restroom, just knowing that I can if I need to, and I am stuck in a vehicle for an extended amount of time, this helps relieve so much anxiety for me. Kay Nilly gave it a 3 out of 5, says straps are not anywhere near long enough. Great idea, but straps come off very easy and aren't long enough to strap into my car or probably any car for that matter. I still don't understand why you need to wear a seatbelt. Jazz gave it a 1 out of 5, said definitely not worth the $90 plus tax. So I guess $85.99 plus tax. So he felt scammed when he unboxed it. It's easily a bedpan worth about a third of the price. The size is adequate for a child, but not for an adult. Decided to purchase a Camco portable toilet for the same price. So, Jamie, are you a yes or no on the portable toilet?
No.
Yeah, I know as well.
What if you have a big long stinker and it swirls around the toilet and then upends like a crayon? How do you get it out from under you without spreading the poo?
Oh man, that's just
what I mean, look right there. Probably more useful for solid waste. On the review, they still gave it a 3. It did not sit flat on the car, and therefore liquid went all over. She didn't want to say pee.
So she peed in it.
And then it sloshed all over the place.
Yeah, but look at the picture. You're peeing in a Ziploc bag that's not shut. So what do you expect? It's going to go...
So why would you even buy it?
To poop. That's all it's for, is pooping. If you got to pee, you get out of the car. That's all they're
I ain't pooping in the car. I'd rather pull over on the side of the grass, get a roll. I keep a spare roll of toilet paper. You never know when there's an emergency, and just...
No, that's a fact.
Bend over and drop it like a rabbit. Just... Bring.
I'm 100% with you on that. I'm not pooping in the car either. But that's what this is made for. This is made for when you're out in the middle of the desert and you got to poop. You got an option.
You know, we got a new listener, Chris H.
Yeah.
He's got young kids. Do you think he would test it for us in the back of his fancy Ram F500?
I doubt it.
I don't know what F3500. I don't know how they do Dodges.
99X.
Do they even call them Dodges anymore? It's just a Ram.
I don't know.
It just has a Ram on it. I don't think it says Dodge.
Yeah, but isn't that what a Ram is? A Dodge?
Well, it's a Mopar or no? I guess.
It's a race truck.
They don't even do racing anymore. Do they have
Well, they do.
They got Rams in the truck series. They used
Tony
to.
Stewart has them in
Drag racing.
Yeah, it's funny cars.
But is it a funny truck or is it just a...
Look, I could see a use for this, just not in the car.
Why? I don't even want to see the senior citizen sitting there dropping a deuce.
Well, she's at a gas station doing it. That's the problem.
Yeah, you can see the pump through the window.
Yeah. So her husband's getting gas and she's pooping.
It looks like she's doing it in a nice car. Look, they got video screens.
It's probably an Uber. That's what this is. We figured this picture out.
An Uber pooper?
An Uber pooper. This is an Uber driver who cares.
Look, it can handle up to 550 pounds. That little thing, up a 550-pound person, is going to get lost in the folds of fat.
That's a fact. A 550-pound person is not fitting in the back seat of that Prius. Or that Uber. That's not a Prius. That's an Uber.
I don't even want to be strapped onto that thing. What if you flip over?
What if you wreck?
I mean, that is so disgusting.
But at least it has an option for a seatbelt.
Look how complicated it is to get the bag out. You got to take that off, pull it out. Is that at least a drawstring?
No, that's a rubber seal that holds the Kroger bag on. That's all it is a Kroger bag. All right, you ready for the next one?
Let's go. Let's do it.
So this is also
What the hell is that
can be used on our trip. That was my whole theme this week after the dog door. The only reason the dog door made it was because Theo, your cat, now that you've trained her for gun safety, I thought maybe the dog door would recognize her face, let her out, she could shoot the intruders, come back in, and nobody could follow her in.
You know, I gave her a 380. And she said there was not enough stopping power for it. That's why I had to give her the old Colt 1911 45.
Well, I'm glad you did. I mean, I know Jody.
She said that was enough stopping power.
Jody probably sleeps better at night knowing Theo's got a gun.
Thea's armed.
Yeah. I feel better.
And she doesn't sleep at night, so she's on guard.
Yeah. Rats, criminals, meth addicts. She'll get them all. So this next item to go along with the in-car portable toilet is the inflatable bathtub. Now, she don't look happy at all. Like, she looks mad to be in the bathtub. She looks happy.
She looks like she's pooping in the bathtub. She's wearing clothes in the bathtub. Why? That lady's naked, but she's fully dressed.
She has a jacket on, not just clothes. She also has a vest. Look, she has a vest on over her long sleeve jacket. So the description... This thing you can find on Amazon. It's $69.99 on Amazon. It says, you've seen the inflatable hot tub and you've seen the folding bathtubs. But what about combining these two magical creations? That's just what you get with this amazing looking inflatable bathtub. Perfect for camping or when you just don't have a bathtub at home. The inflatable tub quickly inflates in just 3 minutes using an air pump and is ready to have you hop in for a relaxing spa session literally anywhere. Though while outside, you may opt for the inflatable lounge chair pool.
Well, it does have the handy foot pump, but with the top on, can you use it while you're moving?
So the top...
How many gallons does it hold?
Yeah, so the top's to keep the water warm. So you fill it up with water, and then maybe you got to go get your clothes or something. You come back, and it's got that top.
Oh, so it's not made for moving down the road in the back of your SUV with the back seat down?
No, because once you fill it up with water, I don't think your car will be able to handle.
That's why she looked so disappointed. She wanted to be traveling while she was fully dressed in her portable inflatable bathtub.
It says if the extended temperature control isn't enough, so it does have temperature control. That's the lid. That's what they're calling temperature.
Oh, you don't have
control.
like a T-stat where you adjust the settings?
That's the lid. Is your temperature control?
Oh my goodness.
So it says if that's not enough to keep you lounging in luxury in this spa longer, the crazy comfy backrest will. A standard tub has a hard back that you're lounging against, and most don't have great head support, and you're stuck lounging in a weird position, resulting in the need for a massage after every soak. And to top it all off, the tub itself is cold when you first lean against it. This inflatable tub, which you can get on Amazon, has a comfy, flexible backrest that is supportive for both your back and neck, but also moves around enough to make sure you achieve pure comfort. And because it's not made of tile or porcelain, you won't have to deal with that cold shock when you first lay back.
Cold shock. Huh.
So I had some reviews on this one too.
So is that a plug down there to let the water out?
No. That would make sense.
So what do you have to flip the thing over with 300 gallons?
So the drain is on the very bottom. The whole point is you can put this in a stand-up shower. This is made the dimensions of your standard stand-up shower that doesn't have a bottom or a tub bottom.
Why do I need it, man?
Because your shower doesn't have a tub. It's just a stand-up shower.
Well, I have just a stand-up shower next to my sit-in tub.
Okay, well, some people just have the big stand-up showers, so you put this in it, and the drain on the bottom is supposed to line up with the drain in your tub. But that doesn't make sense. That's stupid.
It looks like it's made for China because that's all their models.
Oh, yeah. All these are made in China.
I mean, for the Chinese market. Is that correct? The Chinese market?
Yeah, I guess. What do you mean?
Or is it the Mandarin market? My dad spoke Mandarin Chinese.
Yeah, I know. Mandarin or Cantonese are the official languages of China.
But isn't Mandarin about an orange?
There's no Chinese.
I have no foreign language gift like
Chinese is not a language.
No.
All right, we got some reviews on this inflatable tub. Let's jump on them here. So the first one comes from SB, not to be confused with KB, but SB or LB. We know not a B's or MB or RB.
Arby's. I like some things at Arby's.
They've got the beef.
They got beef.
I don't like Arby's.
You don't?
I used to like their fries, but I don't know what they've done to them.
I haven't been to Arby's since pre-COVID, so I don't know. Think their fries got COVID?
I haven't been since pre-COVID either, but at some point their fries, they were a little fatter, and then they got thinner. Is that little curly fries?
Yeah, I like the curly fries.
Yeah, they've gotten thin. I mean, it's been 4 years ago at a minimum, probably longer, but their fries, the last time I had them, were real thin. They weren't like the Wendy's thick and then curled like they used to be. I like a thick, soft fry.
They have mozzarella sticks.
Do they?
Yeah. They even got a hamburger now, according to the ads on TV, but we don't have an Arby's in our dinky little town.
Because it says, we've got the beef.
Mm-hmm.
It's that Wagyu beef.
I heard they microwave it in a Ziploc bag.
It can't be real.
It's real.
Wagyu is expensive. So you're not going to get a Wagyu beef hamburger.
I have a theory. They take their grade C beef
and add like an eighth of Wagyu.
Not even an eighth, just enough to. They call the FDA. Oh, that's the wrong people. The Department of Agriculture and say, how much Wagyu do we have to call it Wagyu? And they were like,
a pinch,
an eighth of a tablespoon, and you can call it per 10 pounds. And so they dump that in.
I think you're probably right. That's the only way you're getting a cheeseburger for $3 at the Arby's.
Yeah, pretty much.
And calling it Wagyu. All right, so SB says, he gave it a 4 out of 5. Says, I'm so happy I decided to finally buy one of these. I recently bought my first home in June, and the bathtub I have in the main bathroom is so small and shallow. I can't even relax in it. My other bathroom only has a shower in it. This inflatable bathtub has been a lifesaver lately. I love soaking in the bath, and this gives me a nice, hot, deep soak that I can relax comfortably in. This also fits inside my shower stall, so it is perfect to drain and is out of the way if I want to leave it inflated behind the curtain. It is surprisingly comfortable, although I do wish it had more back support. Can't really put a pillow cushion in it because
it they sleeping in it?
I know. I mean, how long are you staying in there?
Dude, I take a bath or shower. It's in and out.
She says, I wish the plug-in cord was longer for the air pump. This was definitely not convenient. I had to blow it up and then bring it to the shower area. Either way, until I can afford a full bathroom, this works. 7 out of 10 for me.
Wow.
What an idiot. 7 out of 10 for me.
Do they live in New York City where it's just everything's tiny?
This is Amazon, dude. You can't give it more than 5 stars. Like, I've never seen a 10-star trap.
Well, that's just a reviewer. He thought he was on, what's the one, Travelocity, where you can get out of 10?
He's an idiot. This was Amazon. 7 out of 10.
But he did
He gave it a 4 out of 5.
Which is an 8 out of 10, isn't it?
That's what I'm getting at.
Shouldn't he give it a 3?
This dude sucks. He's not even credible. But he has a shower stall that it fits in. That's what I was telling you. It's made for, the shower stall. He's got it. So it's perfect for this homeboy. Laura says, do not buy. She gives it a 1 out of 5. Also verified. I want a full refund. I opened it for the first time yesterday, and it was very hard to inflate. It would not
She didn't try it with her mouth, did she?
Probably. The minute you pull the pump out to plug it in, the thing deflates. I never could use it at all because it deflated in 5 minutes. It is too low to the ground, and you better be stick thin to get in and out of it. I guess she's saying you got to be real skinny.
So I guess she's not skinny.
Exactly. It is really made for kids or as a toy. Very disappointed in 95-degree heat. I could not go outside and take a bath. I lost my money.
She's bathing outside, too.
What an idiot. So she says you have to be rail thin to fit in it. You don't. This thing's like 3 foot wide. It's
but
wide.
You don't know how big she is.
I don't know how big she is, but
Isn't there a TV show called My 1,000-Pound Life?
It is my 100-pound life.
You sure it's not 1,000-pound life?
Maybe.
500-pound life?
Maybe.
I don't watch those shows, but...
So Kat gave it a 4 out of 5 and says it's almost perfect. The drain hose should be located on the outside instead of underneath. The first time I tried to drain the hose, unseated and water spilled out everywhere. Then trying to lift up a full tub of water to try and reach the hose was impossible. Also, it would be helpful to have a larger and longer drain tube. Yeah. Not all of us have showers large enough for this to fit in. So see, that's where basically this is made for shower stalls, okay? If you don't have a shower stall, you don't want to buy this one. They have models that leak out on the side. This is a bottom drainer. The tub itself is sturdy, very comfortable, and holds quite a bit of water. So Kat says it's almost too wide. She would prefer a more narrow tub so that it fills and
she's tiny and Laura's a big person.
Yeah.
Unless you can order small, medium, large. Can you do that?
No, it comes in one size. But Laura says you got to be rail thin to fit. And Kat says it should be smaller. It's too wide for Kat.
So Kat's smaller than rail thin.
By my math.
And Laura's bigger
than rail thin.
Than big.
Yeah. She's too big to narrow.
She's that one that drives through and gets 3 Big Macs.
She goes to the Arby and gets the Wagyu.
3 large fries when she goes through the drive-thru.
She ain't working out. All right. So, I don't know how to pronounce this guy's name. Seb Sereno?
Just call him Santos. Mr. Santos, George.
Well, then nobody will believe his review then.
No one's going to believe it anyway.
So his review says, it almost flooded my apartment. It had a hole that I didn't notice until I filled it with water. Terrible experience.
Was the hole the flapper? Or was it a hole in the tub?
It's probably the bottom drain. It didn't have the plug in it.
Yeah.
Because the other one said the pull plug hose could be longer.
So at least he let us know that the color was champagne.
Well, it comes in 2 colors. Comes in champagne and blue.
What would you choose if you were going to get it for free? Because I'm not sure it's worth it.
Honestly,
it's better than the pooper.
It's way better than the car pooper. But I would go with blue because it just reminds me of water.
Champagne, that's kind of gold, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like the color champagne, maybe?
Yeah, champagne. I saw the colors. I only got a picture of the blue one, though. I didn't get a picture of the champagne.
Did they make one big enough for 2 people for Valentine's Day?
So they do have it. They do on Amazon.
So we
has
can
a
put
2-person that has a headrest on both sides.
So I could take my wife out in the woods, put some candles up, and we could both sit in the inflatable.
Zipper up in it?
Yeah.
That way if it's snowing. I mean, cold.
Well, with that, if I could
or cold.
also use the pump to pump water, I could use it. We got a freshwater creek in the back. I could pump it up full of water.
Not that pump. That's an air pump. You'd burn it up.
Right, it's just a flapper.
It's made in China.
That's true.
That's not a foot pump.
It's not? It's an accordion pump?
It comes with a 24-volt pump.
Oh, it's battery powered.
Yeah.
Oh.
So it has an actual pump it comes with.
Well, I got a pump for ponds and stuff that'll do trash.
This top here helps you hold the heat in, but it also gives you something to sit your iPad on. Or there's another picture of a lady with a laptop sitting on top of it doing her work.
If I'm camping in the mountains, it's going to be pretty cold water. So how long do you think I got to sit on that to get that thing to warm up?
You breathe in it. You just breathe on the water and hope it heats up. I saw another item. It was called a barbecue. It was a barbecue grill that hooks to your car exhaust, and your car exhaust heats up the grill, and you can cook hamburgers on the side of the road on top of it.
It's really disgusting. It's going to taste like exhaust.
Is that safe to eat?
I wouldn't think so.
I wouldn't eat it.
Did you just create a new catalytic converter with the barbecue?
Barbecue.
I don't think it works.
Well, I don't either. I wouldn't do it, but... So, are you a yes or a no on the portable tub?
Well, if my wife was that happy as that girl in the picture, I would be a yes. But if she is as angry as the lady with her iPad zipped up, that's a no.
So, they actually have cheaper versions.
Is that a cup holder?
Yes, it's got one on each side. So, this is basically a triple-decker pool float with water inside.
Wow.
It probably floats. You could probably take a bath in your pool.
It could be your canoe. You could go whitewater rafting after your bath.
Let
the water out.
It looks like a comfortable canoe.
Yeah.
Looks like a sled, too. You could use this as a sled.
Man, multi-purpose.
This comes with actual water pillow.
Could we buy it, rebrand it as the inflatable sleigh?
Race car backwards inflatable sled?
Yeah.
Probably. If we paint it.
Huh.
Racing stripes down the middle of it?
Yeah. Put a number on the side?
Oh, yeah. 00 buckshot.
Put it more further up.
Put buckshot on it.
Yeah.
Put some 16-inch wheels on there.
Buckshot lives in Monticello, next town over from me.
I know.
Should we go over and say hey?
Jeremy's probably there.
Well, Chris H.
I could see him and Jeremy Mayfield hanging out.
Yeah.
Buckshot.
Uh-huh.
Buckshot was funny. He hit the wall every time he got in that car. He was about like Natalie Decker.
Good thing his daddy had money.
So, you yes or no?
No.
I'm a yes. Not on this one, though. I would go for one of the cheaper knockoff versions. I'm just thinking we got a 2-day drive. We got 91 hours in the car.
For $5, we can shower in a shower at Love's with flip-flops so we don't get any athlete's foot.
That's probably better than the inflatable.
That's what I'm thinking. Probably get some hot water.
But do they have a Love's in the desert?
Well, we're going to have to download the app.
We could bathe before the desert.
Because I've read some gas station reviews where they're like, says they're open all night, but they close at 6.
We don't want to show up at the Clash and stink. So we take a bath that morning at the Love's in California.
Well, I have a feeling in L.A. we can just go to a park. There's going to be some charity that bathes homeless people.
We just, hey. Can you bathe us?
Well, they won't be using... You think they'll be using the clubhouses for the teams?
Probably.
Why can't we just go down and shower down there?
And just say we're with the team?
Yeah.
What team? The race team?
Race car spelled backwards.
We're race car spelled backwards. We need to shower. Oh, come on in, guys. We've been waiting on y'all.
Car 92.
We're glad y'all showed up.
We can get some blue masking tape.
Hey, this is episode 47, and I was thinking about this last night.
Oh, boy.
Who comes to mind first when you think of the number 47?
Huh. I don't know. Used to be a car.
Ricky Stenhouse drives 47 now.
That's true, with the Kroger.
Yeah. That's all I could think of, though, last night. So I was wondering if you had somebody.
You think Stenhouse would be a guest on our show? Once we get
at Kroger.
I shop at Kroger, too.
My mother-in-law works at Kroger.
Does she know Ricky?
Does he work at Kroger?
Well, his car says Kroger.
That's probably what he does during the week. He's probably the bag guy. He don't work at our Kroger, though. Nobody bags groceries at our Kroger.
So maybe he's the cart getter out at the cart corral.
The cart getter?
Yeah, goes out there and lines up 50 carts at a time and brings them back in.
Why are we talking? We were talking about Walmart earlier today. Oh, yeah, that guy, his wife works at Walmart.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to make it big one day.
I hope so.
Yeah, me too. I really do. Wish them all the best. All right, you ready to jump into NASCAR racing, sports, and
what
other
kind of
random news?
crazy news do we have going on in the world of NASCAR?
Believe it or not, there's actually more news going on than what I was expecting. I didn't really expect anything to be going on right now. I mean, I saw a tweet that said, get ready because the next 2 weeks of silly season are going to be crazy. Isn't silly season over pretty much?
No, but they keep rolling with the silly season. I think that's a 24/7, 365 days a year deal now.
I think it's overplayed. I'm sick of hearing
Well,
the
you
term
notice it's
silly
always
season.
one or two guys that break the news.
Yeah, that's because Adam Stern's paying the teams to leak the news to him.
You think he has
Reportedly.
Unlimited budget?
Probably. I would think. He would have to if you're going to pay insider information. But do you really even have to pay for it now? I mean...
No, I think the teams are slipping it to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they are too.
Let's get it out, and then we'll do our actual release in a month or two.
They're probably like, look, Adam, we're going to have
We can
to...
see how the fans gauge this release.
Yeah, and if you hear the rumors start about you paying for this information, just go with it. They're probably like, we'll keep giving you information, but you just pretend like you're paying for it.
Well,
Don't make us look bad.
George Santos used to report on NASCAR, too.
He did. I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
He was a good one, too.
At Dover.
Well, he drove.
Well, he was the first champion ever. But
Of
we
NASCAR?
lost the records in that fire.
That year.
Yeah, that's what he said.
That particular year.
It was that fire year where the records were destroyed.
That nobody else remembered.
No.
So he got his start working at Martinsville selling hot dogs. Very few people know that. He
I can
didn't
see that.
But he didn't want to offend anybody in New York because that's where he was running for office at. So he told everybody it was the Watkins Glen concession stand he worked at, but it was actually the Martinsville. The truth has actually come out.
Wow.
It happened.
And he's denying it now.
But I think the truth came out because he's going to run for president.
I heard there were pictures of him slinging those chili dogs at Martinsville.
Well, Martinsville's closer to Washington, D.C., so he needs to get in good with those guys so when he becomes president. Because even if he doesn't win, he'll say he won, and you won't know the difference. So
We'll demand a recount.
We could have two presidents. He could just pretend to be the president.
He may be president now.
Well, our current one's pretending to be president, so why couldn't he?
I saw a video of our current president. He walked past his helicopter, and they had to stop him.
You missed it, Joe.
And he was waving to people that didn't exist. What the heck? Did you see the happy birthday?
No. Oh, yeah, for Martin Luther King Jr.'s granddaughter, and he forgot her name.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Luther. Happy birthday to you.
Martin Luther King Jr. Wrong person. You don't think they had an earpiece in like, Joe, it's not her name.
I think they do, but he's deaf.
All right, so NASCAR news. Elton Sawyer is named the Senior Vice President of Competition. Sawyer will oversee all aspects of on-track competition, inspection, rule development, and officiating. Sawyer has 2 wins in the Busch Series in Myrtle Beach back in 94 and Loudon in 99. In 2015, Sawyer became the managing director of the Truck Series. He played a huge role in the next-gen car. You know,
How come we didn't hear that he had a larger role in the next-gen car? I thought that was Biff France.
Well, they're not going to say.
I thought Biff France invented everything.
Well, I think...
oh, no, his last name is Kennedy. Biff Kennedy. Biff.
Ben.
I like Biff better.
Who changed his name?
It starts with a B. It's the same initials.
All right,
Biff.
Santos.
Maybe that's his nickname.
I think it's cool. That's awesome for Elton Sawyer. Doesn't that sound like a country singer, though?
Or a book written in the 1850s.
Okay, I can see that, too.
By Mr. Mark Samuel Twain.
Well, that's not Elton Sawyer.
But Tom. You think he's related to Tom? I think Tom's a real person.
Tom Finn?
Tom Sawyer.
Tom Huck?
Remember that Rush song, Tom
Huckin'.
Sawyer?
I didn't like Rush.
I didn't either, but once you hear that song, you can't get it out of your head.
Rush, Kansas, Boston. Like, who was naming bands in that area? You have Rush, and then you had Kansas and Boston.
I think they were all heroin heads in Rush, and they were talking about the rush they got when they shot their needle of heroin.
Maybe, but I didn't like their music.
I had this girl I was really into.
She liked Rush?
Freshman year in high school. She was really into him, and I forget which concert they went to. Because I was no longer into her when she said, "Oh, I'll go with you to a Rush concert." And I was like, "Yeah, I ain't doing that."
Just kidding.
She found a dude to take her.
How much?
Her name was Tammy. I'm not going to give her a last name.
What was the dude's name?
I don't know. He didn't go to school with us.
Oh, okay.
She came back. They had marijuana leaf shirts with their Rush.
Oh, so you think that's what Rush means, is marijuana?
I thought it was heroin at first, but when she came back with the marijuana leaf Rush t-shirts.
Changed your mind?
It had like an owl on it for something.
An owl?
An owl and marijuana leaves.
I don't know. Isn't the owl is the symbol of like, that's what those politicians worship in the woods out there at Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yes.
Or not, Bohemian Grove.
Both parties.
Bohemian Grove.
Yes,
that's what it's called.
Democrats and Republicans.
Yeah, they worship the owl and eat babies.
Mm-hmm. Ted, what's his face? Guy
Kennedy.
up there in Atlanta? No, Atlanta.
Nugent.
No. Ted, the guy you saw on the Braves.
Bundy. Turner.
He's got a big owl on top of TBS Studios
Every
right
time
downtown.
I pass it, I notice that, and I think of Bohemian Grove and all the babies he's probably eating.
You think he's eating some babies?
Ted Turner? Yeah, that dude's evil. You got to be evil to be in the media business.
Doesn't he eat baby buffaloes?
He had the news station, dude. To be in the news business, not media business,
Yeah,
but news
CNN.
business. Yeah, so you don't think he's evil?
TBS, TNN.
Evil?
He was the first one that took a risk on NASCAR. Or was that TNN and then TNT took it? I don't remember.
Did TNN have it?
I think TNN did, and then TNT got it.
I actually liked the TNT coverage. It wasn't bad.
Well, a lot of the guys that were covering it then ended up covering it for other networks too.
You know, coverage back in the 90s and early 2000s
better.
was awesome.
But have you noticed our news today is lazy? Like, they'll say breaking news, and you're like, didn't I see that same segment, the same footage 5 days ago?
Oh, yeah, they use the same.
You're like, what the heck, dude? There's no new news?
Like in Atlanta, we had the peaceful protest this weekend where they were burning police cars peacefully, and
Well, you know,
they were using footage from another. They were using one from the Wendy's fire, footage from the Wendy's fire 4 years ago during the riots.
but if you are illegally trespassing on property as a squatter and the police come to remove you from trespassing and you pull a gun out and shoot a state trooper, that gives you the right to protest and burn police cars.
Oh, okay.
You did not know that?
No.
It's in the book, the rule book.
Wouldn't you want the police to be trained? That's what confused me. Like,
No,
why not?
because
Training makes
you're breaking
better.
the law and you don't want them to know it.
So you'd want them to be trained.
So you shoot them and they shoot you back. And then you
complain about
die, and then everyone else there can go downtown
and burn a car.
flip over cars and bomb stuff.
Oh, okay.
That makes sense, doesn't it?
I just didn't get the new rule book. That's all. Like, I'm still learning all these new rules.
I think they were backing the blue.
No, they were burning the blue.
No, I think that's how they showed their support. They're twisted.
Oh. Yeah, I'm not into these new rules, man. I just can't. If it contradicts what my Bible says, I'm probably
That doesn't
not going
make
with
sense to you?
it. No.
It's the new Bible.
No, there's ain't but one.
You shoot a cop, and they shoot you back,
Yeah, that ain't in the Bible.
even though it's self-defense.
That's common sense says if you shoot a
That
cop,
gives
you're
you the
gonna get
right
shot.
to blow up cop cars.
No, that was stupid, man.
You don't believe that?
It's just being destructive. These idiots aren't getting their point across. You don't go downtown and burn a car. So we're protesting peacefully for what? What are you're
for
protesting
our
the
friend
cops
that
training?
shot a cop,
Yes.
and then the cop shot back and killed him. We're protesting self-defense of a police officer for some loser in a tent out in the woods. Oh no, I just exposed my opinion.
Selfish entitlement.
Oh, they're all rich kids too. Did you see that?
No.
They're like rich kids going, let's
I
go
changed the
camping
channel.
and shoot cops.
I went back to watching Life Below Zero because it just,
Makes more sense?
yes. I can understand that. That's just simpler.
I like that show, Naked and Afraid.
I loved it in the beginning.
Well, I don't watch it anymore.
Yeah, it's gotten kind of goofy. You know who owns Discovery, right?
Ted?
Disney.
Really?
Yeah, so they've Disneyed it up, in my opinion.
Boy, they ruined Star Wars.
Naked and Afraid. What else? Cartoons. A theme park. Whole generations.
Isn't it strange they don't have a funny owl? They got a rat. Funny rat.
They do. Pooh Bear has an owl. I'm trying to think of what owls.
Oh, the smart dude. I can't remember his name though.
Who?
The owl.
Is that his name? Who
owl?
Oh man, it's like right there.
But you know, that's it.
Is it who owl?
Isn't it who owl?
Hoot owl.
Who dat?
It'll come to us.
Do you think that's a symbol of eating babies?
Who dat?
Because
no, that's something
they came up with that before Disney took them, bought them.
That's a Louisiana thing.
Well, we banned the Googling because we get dead air. Should I Google it?
No.
All right.
We don't need to know the fact. Who dat was made. Who dat? You know where who dat came from? It came from the Louisiana Civil War. When the Louisianans took over from the French had control of the lower part of the boot, and the Louisianans got together with the Texans and the Americans and said, hey, we're going to get this back. They went down, and the French come out and go, who dat? And they shot them. And ever since then, who dat has been a Louisiana term. That was the last thing the French said before Louisiana had, remember Louisiana Purchase?
Yeah.
Little less known is the Louisiana takeover. See, they purchased Louisiana, but the French still own the lower part of the boot down there with the sock toe.
That's when they sent Andrew Jackson to kick him out. War of 1812.
Well, see, George Santos' cousin, no, not many people know this, Daryl Santos, he went down there with the Louisianans and said, hey, these French, we're gonna take it back. So Daryl and the Louisianans, they snuck up on him when the French walked out. They went, who dat? And they shot him. That's why, who dat? That's New Orleans Saints. Who dat?
See, I follow George Santos on Twitter.
Yeah.
And he put up that he was descended from George Washington.
Yeah, that's why I named him George.
And I DM'd him. I didn't want to embarrass him. I said, you know, George Washington didn't have any children. And he replied back directly to me and said, that you know of. So I was like, he's got me on that.
So he's an illegitimate.
Yeah.
He's one of George's bastards.
Yeah. Because, you know, George had with him his stepson, who was a Custis.
George Washington?
Yeah.
He had a stepson?
Yeah.
Martha
had like 2 kids before.
What?
Yeah.
No.
So he took George with him to Yorktown. They beat the British, and then his stepson died of diarrhea.
What? No, he didn't have diarrhea.
Yeah, he did. Dysentery.
Yeah.
What do you think that is?
Diarrhea.
It's diarrhea.
But it sounds better when you say dysentery.
They didn't have enough sense to keep replenishing what they were pooping out.
But then, George and Martha, they adopted.
Santos?
Little Santos.
Little Santos?
They don't put that in the history books.
You think so?
Yeah, it's in 2.0. It's in the second part.
He's a real hero, that George Santos.
He's also related to Lincoln.
Well, you know, he came up with the design of the wing for the Wright brothers in 1903.
The Washingtons put him back up for adoption. He just told too many fibs. Had to cut down too many cherry trees. So
they had video footage of him doing it from their Ring camera.
Yeah.
And they're like, hey, dude.
So he went back into
we know you did this.
He went back into the foster system, and then Lincoln picked him up.
Oh, that makes sense.
He needed help. He needed a scribe while he was out on the railroad line doing all his speeches. So he's like, hey, little Santos, come on.
Did you know Lincoln was our first gay president?
Really?
Google it.
No.
Google it.
No. I believe you, but I'm not. I didn't know the orange had a Jewish history.
All you'll find is there was this like colonel he liked to sleep in the same bed with.
Oh, with Lincoln?
Yeah.
Santos? Colonel Santos?
It could have been Colonel Santos.
It probably was. That's probably where George came from.
I don't know why he's not celebrated more as not just the person that freed the slaves, but also came out.
Because he didn't come out. That's why he's not celebrated.
Well, once they came to tell him that one of his other sleepover buddies had died in a battle, and they went out to where his little cabin in D.C. was back when there were woods and stuff where you could hang out.
Yeah.
They knocked on the door, and Lincoln opened the door with his buddy, his sleepover buddy, and they told him his other sleepover buddy had died, and his new sleepover buddy consoled him.
Listen.
That's fact.
Is that practicum?
That's written. That's written.
That's practicum.
Just that the dude was in there.
All right, so NASCAR announced their Rookie of the Year candidates for the Truck Series. We got Raja Caruth, Daniel Dye, Nick Sanchez, Jake Garcia, and Brett Holmes. The Xfinity Series, we got Sammy Smith and Parker Retzlaff. Never even heard of that dude.
You know, I knew someone named Retzlaff.
Is that how you say that? Retzlaff?
He was like a senior when I was a freshman in high school, one of my many high schools.
He's with JAR.
Who's that?
I have no idea. Sammy Smith is going to win the Xfinity Series Rookie of the Year because he's in a Joe Gibbs racing car.
You know how many high schools I went to in 4 years?
With Sammy Smith?
I went with, yeah.
And Santos.
I don't know.
He said he went to school with you.
The actual truth is 7 high schools in 4 years.
That's insane, dude.
You know, even back then, they didn't have a sense
kid.
of humor. No, I pranked. That's what got me in trouble.
Yeah.
I wasn't doing drugs or having sex with every female in the school. Of course, one of them didn't have any females, all boys. That kind of sucked. But anyway, no, it didn't suck. There was no sucking at that school. At least not in my dorm room. My old roommate Mike, he listens. Hey, Mike. Hey, he'll swear an oath that there was no sucking.
How did you get to this?
Mike will swear an oath there was no sucking.
But how did you get to this?
I don't.
From
Oh no, Sammy Smith, high school.
You went to Sammy Smith High
It's
School?
not the same.
Oh.
No.
You went to a high school called Sammy Smith?
No. That wasn't the name of the high school. There was a Sammy Smith there. There was also what was the dude's name? There was a Retzlaff.
Was it Sammy Retzlaff Smith?
I don't remember the guy's first name.
So who do you think's going to win? Oh, for the Cup Series, it's going to be Noah Gragson with Legacy MC and Ty Gibbs with Joe Gibbs Racing. Who do you got winning the Truck Series Rookie of the Year?
But I thought Noah was in the Cup Series.
We're going to start with the Truck Series.
Oh.
And you're going to pick your pick. So you have to pick one of the
Well, I'm going to go with Daniel Dye. I like the name Dye.
Is he the one that hit the dude in the nuts in high school and got arrested?
Uh-huh. I think so. I think he's the sack puncher.
Because he thought it'd be funny.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to go with Raja Caruth.
Really? You think he's that good?
No, but I don't want to pick the same one as you, and I don't think the other team's got anybody worth the dang, so Raja's driving GMS. That's good equipment.
Is BHR, Burger King, Hot Rod?
I have no idea.
No.
Jake Garcia, Brett Holmes. Like, I've heard of some of these names. Most of these guys are in the ARCA series. Sammy Smith or Parker?
Since I went to school with both of their probably very distant cousins, I don't think there was any relation to them. I'm going to go with Parker.
Really? I don't see how Parker can beat a Joe Gibbs racing car.
He drives a jar. Says so right in the notes. He's a jar driver.
Yeah.
I'm going for jars.
All right. That gives us difference. We'll come back at the end of the season and see who was right. And then for the Cup Series, Noah or Ty?
Noah.
Yeah.
You can pick them too.
I'm going to have to because I can't pick Ty.
I can't pick Ty.
But based off performance, I think Ty will get a. I don't know,
Brexton
man.
owes them. They were Ty.
It could go either
He came
way,
in
really.
second for the
I'm
championship
going with
for
Noah.
Xfinity.
I pick Noah because I just can't pick Ty.
What do you think of the Legacy MC motorcycle
I hate
club?
it, man. I'm hoping it'll grow on me at some point, but right now I hate it. It's just.
I liked everything about the team until they changed the name.
I understand why. And to me, it has nothing to do with taking Petty out. I like traditions, but I'm not that big of a traditionalist where removing the Petty name
We'll
bothers
call it
me.
Legacy Racing. I don't get the
I'm with
MC.
you. Motor Club. Now,
I think motorcycle every time I
too.
see it.
I think Sons of Anarchy.
Exactly.
A bunch of Harley
That's
Davidson,
what
Hells
I'm thinking.
Angels. Yeah. Which maybe that's their whole thing. Maybe they're going to go with that theme. Denny Hamlin says he fully expects to re-sign with Gibbs before the end of the season, according to Bob Pockris.
I've got it. It's spelled the same way. Resign. He's going to resign.
Maybe. His deal and sponsorship are both up at the end of the year. Kyle Busch also expected to resign with Gibbs last year and now is at Childress.
He's going to resign. Think about this.
You know where Denny's going next year?
Childress.
That would be
RCR.
That would be awesome. Denny's going to be in the same car that Travis Pastrana is going to be in at Daytona.
I wouldn't doubt it. Here's my problem with all this. Something's wrong with Gibbs. He reminds me of Joe Biden.
I think he's getting that Joe Biden syndrome.
Mm-hmm.
And he's losing his drivers.
He needs to get a little Trump in there. A little braggadocio. Is that a word? Braggadocio.
It is.
Pistachio? Docio?
Pistachio?
Pistachio?
Douchebag?
Well, they're both douchebags. I mean,
maybe Ty needs to step down and run it.
Well,
I don't think
is he going to manage it the way he manages races?
Yeah.
Oh, it's lap 1. Let's wreck that guy.
You're fired. But I haven't started yet. Tomorrow's my first day. You're still fired.
I don't know.
Ty get fired on his day off.
I see Denny leaving. Here's my other problem. Kyle Busch, right?
Yeah.
Joe said he couldn't find the money to keep him, right?
Correct.
How's RCR finding the money?
RCR announces because they're piecing together sponsorship.
Why couldn't Joe do that?
Because Joe don't care. Joe wanted Ty in the car, not Kurt, not Kyle.
Exactly.
That's why.
So why'd he fake it?
So
Just
Denny,
say, hey, I don't want him this year.
But Denny has a shot to stay.
Denny's going to win his championship this year
and walk.
Uh-huh.
And go to 23.
Drop the mic.
Yeah.
Hey, Uncle Joe.
Bye.
I'm wrong, Joe.
Well, you call him
Coach Joe. Drop the mic.
Cousin Joe.
And then he's going to go be FedEx at his own team.
Speaking of Denny Hamlin, starting February 6th on Dirty Mo Media, the new Denny Hamlin weekly podcast series, Actions Detrimental. Man, I can't read it.
Wow, you okay there?
Ooh, Actions Detrimental.
Do you got the Fluvid? I heard Fluvid's all over the place. Fluvid 24.
No, I'm not a
Flu and vid.
I'm not a hypochondriac, so I'm good.
Oh. So,
starting February 6th, Actions Detrimental. This is going to be a season-long podcast. Denny wants to have guests on. Heck, he even said he wants to have fans on the show.
Can we be on it?
Maybe.
Or would we be fans, or would we be... Well, we don't get paid for this.
We're friends.
We're not professional. Oh, yeah, he said I got a new friend.
Yeah. You talked to him. I peed next to him. I mean,
you think he remembers us?
That practically makes us family if we peed next to each other.
It's like a practicum.
That's exactly what we now know what a practicum is. It's when you pee at a urinal standing next to a race car driver.
That makes sense.
That is a practicum. I think this show is going to be awesome. Denny is time and time again the best guest on Dirty Mo Media. On the Dale Jr. Download, phenomenal guest. Door Bumper Clear. His episode of Door Bumper Clear is to date is my favorite episode of all time.
Oh, no, it's great.
Denny is awesome. Driver Denny. I did not like Racer Denny. But Driver Denny I didn't like.
Think we'll ever
Owner Denny I like.
Think we'll ever get another press pass?
Probably not. We talk so much crap about NASCAR. We're not affiliated with NASCAR.
They don't like us because we're not.
Yeah, they don't like us because we tell the truth. We call it I try to speak the
I thought
opinion.
we didn't tell the truth. That was our disclaimer at the beginning of the show.
We don't let the facts get in the way of a good story.
Oh, okay.
We tell the truth. We just add in.
We had to do a podcast where we're like our friend George Santos.
And we don't tell the truth about anything.
The whole show, no truth.
We mentioned at the beginning of the show, we're starting the official, unofficial George Santos podcast. That's what it's for.
Yeah. 2024.
The whole truth, not the truth, not even close to the truth.
Because Santos 24. If presidential candidate George Santos says it, it ain't true.
But wouldn't you rather vote for somebody you know is lying to you than somebody who tells you they're not lying, but they are?
You could look at him right this moment and say, hey, that is a nice blue suit. And he's going to go, it's red.
It's red.
Uh-huh.
It's sold.
And you're going to go, but...
It's got the tag on it, George.
We got video camera. It looks very blue to me. Well, it was
red.
Special shade of blue. It's called red.
My two wives said it was red.
Yeah. That I divorced to become gay.
Yeah, but now he's back married to him again.
Oh, he's back with the
Which
wife?
is one of them.
Oh.
Yeah,
So is he pansexual?
I don't know what that means, but...
You're in a pan with both sexes? Kind of like that tub you had there, the blow-up tub, but it's a pan.
So it's a
Copper bottom.
Single copper bottom.
Yeah,
It's a
pan.
moonshine still.
Yeah,
You
pretty
can make
much.
moonshine in it or you can sleep in it. Yeah, okay. Now
I think we managed to offend everyone with that one.
from moonshiners to pansexuals.
Yeah.
How many pansexuals do you think listen to this show?
Well, since we're not sure what it is, we don't know.
True that. Who that?
But if you're listening, thank you.
Send us a DM.
Yeah, why not?
We would love to know.
Who your favorite driver is
Yeah.
in NASCAR or IMSA for that matter.
Or Indy.
What's your favorite class? What's your favorite car? Who's your favorite driver in NASCAR?
What's your favorite car?
Mine's Porsche.
I know what yours is.
Oh, I think George Santos.
Santos 24.
Do you think he'll flip-flop on his favorite car?
Oh, you know it. He pulls for all 38 drivers.
But, my favorite car is actually my Boxster. You're a Corvette person. So what is Santos? Mustang?
Both.
All three.
Just asking.
I'm a
If you asked him, he would be a...
P-Stang
If you
vet.
asked him, he would be a Porsche. If I asked him, it'd be a Vet. If somebody else asked him, it might be a Mustang.
And he invented them.
He did.
Yeah.
He went to school with Henry Ford.
I think his middle name is Chevrolet.
Well,
Chevrolet.
I was watching...
How do you think you say it in French?
I was watching an interview he did the other day, and he was talking about all the animals when they were getting off the ark.
Was he there?
Yeah, he said the lions just like rushed off. He said they didn't even wait their turn. There was no waiting. It was like, poof, lions.
I think Noah...
Tigers, poof. And Noah kept saying, George, get back. Get back, George.
I don't think Noah was Jewish, though, because they hadn't created the faith yet.
George wasn't either back then.
Does he know it?
Yes, he
That
said
he
it.
wasn't?
This was pre-Jewish George.
Oh, okay.
Now he's post-Jewish George.
Okay.
He can be anything he wants. He's George Santos. That's why he can be the president.
I mean, I don't want to speculate here, but the last name Santos kind of brings up in my mind
Catholic?
Yeah.
Yeah, Spanish.
Yeah.
That's what I would think of. You think he's in the mafia?
Is that really his name?
Probably not.
He's in the Santos cartel from Colombia. The one
he was in Brazil.
you did not know about.
He got arrested in Brazil for wearing women's clothes, right?
Well, Brazil, Santos sounds right.
Yeah.
No, he didn't get arrested. He was just they're putting money in his belt. His garter belt.
He stole a credit card to buy
But he won't admit that, even though there's a picture of him.
Wearing women's clothes or still in the credit card?
Both.
Well, that was back when he was in high school, he said.
He told one of the men at the Dragon Lady salon that his garter belt he could give
I don't even remember what we were talking
He
about
could give
NASCAR.
a tip with his American Express. Just put it in my garter.
We can't stay on any news topic because we keep Santos.
Oh, let's get back to these.
Kyle Busch, Clint Boyer, and Kevin Harvick will all race in SRX races this year. Helio Castroneves, your hero.
Did
will
he get a
also return.
ride for the 500?
Not that I've seen yet.
Really? That's a shame.
He's probably going to be in some stupid slow car because Trackhouse isn't doing the Project 91 car for the 500.
Isn't he going to be in an Acura at the 24? I think
Yeah,
so.
maybe we'll just ask him.
GTB?
Maybe in between when he gets out of the car and
GTP?
somebody else gets in, we'll just like, Helio Castroneves.
Yeah.
You can just say it just like that and he'll answer.
Hello!
Kyle Busch plans on racing 2 races, the Motor Mile Speedway and Berlin Raceway. Clint Boyer will race...
Is it Berlin or Berlin?
I don't know. How did I say it?
Let's tweet George.
Berlin.
Berlin.
We're going to go Berlin. Berlin.
Did we bomb the Nazis in Berlin?
Yeah.
We did? Okay.
That's how I'm saying it, Berlin. How you going to say it?
Back when I was a kid, my mailman was a tail gunner on a B-17.
How would he have said it?
Oh, I can't say what he said. What he said about the Germans is what I was a little kid. He was an angry tail gunner.
So Clint Boyer's going to race at Stafford, Motor Mile, and Lucas Oil. So Motor Mile is going to have Busch and Boyer. That'll be cool.
Is Motor Mile one word or 2 words? Motor Mile.
Am I saying it as one though?
I'm saying it as one.
Motor Mile.
Motor Mile.
Harvick's going to race at Stafford and Berlin.
You know what? I think
Now you're making me self-conscious on how I say
now
Berlin.
I think SRX
Merlin.
might be very entertaining this summer.
Yeah, you got 3 stars. Kevin Harvick posted that picture of Clint Boyer where he's exhausted sitting next to his car and it looks like he's about to pass out from dehydration. He said, "Don't worry, Clint will be okay." So, the top 3 finishers at the Clash in LA this year will all get podium finishes. So NASCAR is going to award a bronze, a silver, and a gold medal in honor of the Olympics. That's cool. I think they've done that before. I think we should do a podium every week, though.
Yeah, why not? Everyone does it.
Yeah, Indy does it.
Let's celebrate the first losers and the second loser.
I think it'd be funny in NASCAR because how many times does the leader wreck the second guy, or not even wreck him, just move him out of the way? So if you make those 2 idiots go stand on a podium together,
they might get a fight.
That's what I'm saying.
I think we ought to embarrass the last place finisher.
Pull his pants down.
No, he has to throw confetti on the fan that shoots the confetti up on the podium.
I think he should
and get the champagne and shake it. That's his job. He's a shaker.
And he should have to throw the confetti on 1 and 2. Just throws the confetti up and shoots the champagne. All right. I think it's cool though, man.
Who would that be? Cody Ware?
3rd place finisher?
Last place.
Well, I'm saying the 3rd place.
40th.
That would be embarrassing.
Oh, I think the 40th place finisher has to stay till the end. Can't fly home on his... What does he fly on? If your team sucks so bad, do you have a ultralight where you strap the motor on your back and fly with a parachute home to Charlotte?
It's a 38-day bicycle trip. Get the pedaling, boys. So Friday night, Matt Kenseth, 2003 Cup champion, Kurt Shelmerdine, 4-time Cup champion with Dale Earnhardt, and Herschel McGriff, 4-time Cup winner and pioneer of the NASCAR, were inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Did you see the Matt Kenseth interview up on the stage?
I watched parts of all 3 of them.
His old crew chief wouldn't shut up.
I like Matt.
I
kind of miss Matt. Brett. We've lost a lot of personality. Joey Logano's former crew chief, Todd Gordon, the guy Joey Logano won the championship with, it's been announced today that he's going to hold the crew chief role for the number 84 Chevrolet.
Like today?
For Jimmy Johnson.
Today?
This morning.
They announced it today?
Monday this morning.
We've got the news before we post our podcast?
Oh, there's probably something big. Like Kevin Harvick just bought Richard Childress Racing and closed it down and fired the Dillon boys.
Have you ever noticed that if you look at Dirty Mo Media, it's Dermo Me?
Is it really?
Dermo Me. First 2 letters of each word. Dermo Me.
You know where it came from, though, right?
I think it's Germany. Dermo Me.
No, Dirty Mo. Dirty Mo was what Dale Jr. and his friends called themselves, the Dirty Mo Posse.
Because they were from Mooresville?
Yeah, I think it had something to do with Mooresville.
Smoked Philip Morris?
Dirty Mo?
Dirty Mo.
I think it was something to do with Mooresville. Not Philip Morris.
Think it's Philip Morris?
I mean, Junior did smoke. He was a smoker.
I wonder if he smoked Marlboro or Winston.
Or if he smokes cannabis.
Is that a brand of cigarette?
Yeah.
Huh.
Cannabis lights.
That's weird, because isn't that the same thing they make CBD out of?
Do they have non-filter cannabis?
I've never seen even a pack of cannabis.
Cannabis.
Do they have lights? 100s?
Menthols?
I don't know if
Super longs?
I might be way older than you, but we used to go to the car show.
That where you about cannabis at?
Winston would give little 10-packs to us kids.
Okay, so when
I was like 8 years old, they're handing me a 10-pack of Winston's.
We'd go to the Atlanta race when I was a kid, and they would hand me 10 cans of Copenhagen, and it was like a 10-pack. Is that what you're saying?
A 10-pack of cigarettes?
Yeah, it was just a half a pack of cigarettes.
That should have been wrong even then.
We would stand in line, and it's like 1 per person, and I'm like,
oh no,
8.
We would hide
3 foot tall, and I just hold my hand up, and the dude there didn't care. I mean, I'd walk out loaded up with Skull, Copenhagen, Winston's. I mean, you name it. We had it all.
I mean, I'm like sucking on a lollipop, and they hand me a 10-pack of cigarettes.
You need to be smoking, son.
Here, son.
10 more years, you'll be legal.
Here you go.
Light it up.
I had this dorky friend, Kevin, in elementary school. I took him back and sold him to him.
Did you?
Huh?
I actually feel like I sold some of mine at the school as well.
You know how Kevin died?
Oh, smoking.
Lung cancer.
Those 10 cigarettes started it all.
Well, that was the segue drug to smoking by the, what do they call where you get all the packs in one big box?
Crack?
No, carton. That's it.
Oh,
carton.
You're still talking about cigarettes.
Yeah.
Like when you buy a carton.
Because I remember my dad would get his Camels.
Did you smoke?
No.
I smoked. I smoked Marlboro Lights for a long time. Well,
why lights? Why wouldn't you? If I was going to do Marlboro, I'd do the red pack.
I don't know. It was
Cowboy.
I changed like every couple months. I did Camels. I did these Camel Crush things. I only smoked for like a year or two, and then I got tired of it and I quit.
See, my dad.
Then I started dipping. Then I quit that. Now I do nothing.
Lucky Strike filterless. But some gas stations didn't have Lucky Strike filterless, so he'd go with Camel filterless.
That show, Life Below Zero.
Guess what he died of?
They roll their own cigarettes.
Guess what he died of? Polyps.
Lung cancer.
Tongue cancer.
Tongue?
Yeah, it was bad.
How you get tongue cancer?
From smoking.
Really?
Uh-huh.
That's crazy.
You pray for lung cancer when you get tongue cancer because they start cutting strips out. Then you can't talk anymore.
So your dad
and then you can't eat. And, even he was like, then he was writing notes. He's like, why the fuck did I do this?
Why'd I smoke?
No, why the fuck did I let him cut my tongue out?
Oh.
I was like, I don't know. He's like, this sucks. I wish I was dead.
That's crazy. I didn't know he had tongue cancer.
Yeah. Carcinoma of the tongue.
My grandfather died of prostate cancer.
We're all going to die of
That's
cancer.
the whole other end.
Now you can get Kellogg's cancer because you ate too many Pebbles. Fruity Pebbles.
So I got some news from the 24 hours. Magnus, he did actually have to withdraw from the hand injury. Will Powers also withdrew from the 24 hours. He won't be running due to his wife's having surgery. The races this weekend, the GTP series is kicking off with the new Acura, the new BMW. Scott Dixon.
Oh, hold it. What about the new Porsche 963?
Okay, and the new Cadillac.
Are you going to leave them out?
We've already discussed this stuff in the beginning.
We're GM Porsche people, and you left the two out.
I'm going for Acura because I'm picking a winner this time.
Acura?
Yeah, Helio is in the Acura. I'm going for Helio, man.
Are you going to be in the Porsche tent rooting for Acura?
No, I'll root for a Porsche in the Porsche tent.
You're going to go for PAF?
No, heck no. I ain't going for PAFT.
Why not?
I never got my shirt.
That's true.
He asked us to do him a solid.
Fat guy.
He asked us to do him a solid.
We gave you a shout out, and we didn't get no shirt.
He's like, y'all do me a solid, give me a shout out, I get you some shirts.
Well, first, it started with a complaint, though.
Well, we still didn't get no shirts.
He said your first episode was about going to the 24 hours of Daytona, and then you just stopped talking about it.
Well, we didn't get our shirt.
We didn't start this podcast for shirts, though.
No, but still, don't tell me you're going to do something, then don't do it.
So who are you going to go for?
I don't know. I'll find somebody.
All right.
There's more than one Porsche team, right?
Yeah.
Then I'll go for the other one. FAF won the championship, though, didn't they?
They did.
So I'm
the GT class, GT3.
Yeah,
I'm going for FAF. I still like him.
I'm pulling for
I'll call him out because I have his email.
I'm pulling for Rodney Sandstorm.
That's a cool name.
That's who's going to win in the Corvette.
We might see a sandstorm when we're crossing the desert going to the Clash.
Maybe
on our Cannonball Run.
Maybe we get our picture with Rodney Sandstorm at the 24 hours, and then we'll get our picture in the desert in a real sandstorm, and we'll post both of them side by side.
On a short.
Sandstorm to sandstorm.
On a YouTube short.
Yeah. We're having fun with the shorts. Might have a master by the time we actually get there.
Should we wear shorts for the shorts?
I think we can.
Okay.
Hopefully the weather's good. All right, so I got some Florida Man stuff in here. Do we have time for Florida Man, you think?
I don't know. Sure, why not?
All right, so I picked the dates from last year. While we were in Florida last year, so January 29th was the first day of the Rolex 24. While we were there, this happened. Florida Man was arrested at Florida Down Under Zoo on January 29th for assaulting a lion with a broken umbrella. Onlookers looked on with shock at a Florida man's behavior as he rushed into the lion's enclosure during feeding and began assaulting the lion. Before being arrested, the man managed to be maimed by the lion, who seemed more concerned about protecting his meat than attacking the man. The man in question,
Stay off my meat.
The man in question, John Sully, was then attempting to get in the way of shooters aiming to sedate the lions. According to officers, John said he wanted to die and be on the news so his mother would notice him for once.
Oh, that sounds like a Carl Hyacin book.
Only in Florida. Could you imagine this dude just charging a lion with an umbrella? A broken umbrella at that?
What an idiot.
I mean, he didn't even take a good umbrella. So then the very next day, on January 30th, while we were there, this would have been the second day of the Rolex 24, the finish of it, sheriff's deputies arrested 38-year-old Robert Leroy Edwards. Deputies said Edwards killed someone else's dog because the animal would not stop barking. Then Edwards went into the home, woke up the child, and tried to recruit the boy to help him bury the dog's body. When the 8-year-old boy refused, Edwards punched him in the face. An adult then came out to see what was going on, and Edwards beat him up as well before police finally arrived and arrested Edwards on animal cruelty, child abuse, and battery assault.
Sounds like he was on. Remember back in like the 90s?
When they were eating those bath salts?
Yeah.
That was like...
Sounds like a bath salt.
That was mid-2000s, wasn't it?
Was it?
When it was turning them into zombies?
Yeah, he's like trying to chew a guy's face off in Florida.
That's exactly what this sounds like. He killed
both of them.
He killed this dude's dog, broke into their house, tried to wake up the child. Like an 8-year-old. I just killed your dog. Come help me bury the body.
I'm not going to do that.
Poof.
Punk.
We didn't mean to laugh at the abuse of an 8-year-old, but Edwards is shot out. Robert L. Edwards is shot out.
I don't think I've ever seen bath salts anywhere. Where do you buy them at?
They quit selling them because of the zombie-fied.
Or there's no bath salts in a bath bomb?
I don't think it was bath salts they were doing. I think it was crack.
CP?
Well, I think it was meth. This was the beginning of meth. And they didn't want to admit they had a meth epidemic or pandemic. What is it, an epidemic or a pandemic?
Yeah, but Elvis did meth when he was in Germany.
No, it wasn't meth that he was doing. It was crank or crack.
Wasn't that meth too?
I think it's all...
Isn't crank meth?
No, it's the different chemical. Like you use rat poisoning to make one, Drano to make another.
Battery acid for another.
Yeah, so I think depending on which murder chemical you use.
When I was a kid, they had some hillbilly from the mountains of Tennessee.
Muna?
Yeah, Moon Eye person.
Okay.
Shake and bake. He put like some chemical in a bag.
That was a movie.
And shook it and made something, a bad drug.
I don't remember that one. Was that on a movie?
Well, it was on 60 Minutes.
When you was a kid?
Yeah, well, I might have been older than that kid. I don't know.
Shake and bake in the mountains.
I had to be living at home because I didn't watch 60 Minutes when I moved out.
I don't know. We'll have to look into that.
Let's on our next episode
talk about shake and bake.
Tell people how to shake and bake.
So when I was in high school,
we don't even know what drug you're gonna make.
Some dude brought the recipe to school. This is the same dude that also tried to bring a pipe bomb to school, but
he was gonna make meth in chemistry class.
He brought the meth recipe to school, and I remember reading it. It was like Drano, Sudafed, rat poisoning. I'm like, why? Who in their right mind would put this in their body?
No wonder you lose your teeth and get those big boils on your face.
Exactly. You're snorting Drano and rat poisoning. It's stupid.
Have you seen those pictures? This was her before meth. This was her after. Yeah. They don't even look like the same person, dude.
I've seen some, though, where they're pretty bad looking before and after.
There's some people that are shot out when they're born.
Some people, meth won't even help.
Mm-hmm.
So...
See, I passed this trailer park in Lamar County going home.
Does your neighbor look like that?
Well, they're not really neighbors. They're down the road.
I'm talking about the gas stiller.
Oh, you mean... I'm not going to say his name. The neighbor.
Yeah, the gas stiller.
Yes, he looks pretty rough.
Shocker.
He does not look the same as when I knew him when I was a kid.
Really? From all the meth?
Yeah. The crazy thing is he's like 60-something, dude. I guess you can't get off the mess when you do the mess.
I've never done the meth. That's one I'm proud to say I've never tried the meth. And
you ought to try it when you're retired. No. Then you can't lose your job.
I mean,
We probably shouldn't. It'll probably kill you immediately.
a 70-year-old on meth.
70-year-old or a 7-year-old, probably.
Probably neither one would be good luck.
I mean, I don't know the medical effects of it, but I think you're having a heart attack at 70 doing the math.
All right, so let's jump into the Oyos, Wyndhams, and other zero-star trap motel reviews. Jamie.
Well, we're just going to go with a few.
We are going to Daytona. Where do we not want to stay?
Well, we're staying at the Best Western at Palm Coast. Should I say that? I'd hate to be chased down by our fans.
I don't know, man. Our fans are pretty cool. I mean,
what if they want autographs and stuff?
Janet says if we swing through West Virginia on the Cannonball Run, she's got us covered on some cookies. It looked like her son made some chocolate chip cookies. Dude, these things were like...
Oh, I saw them. They took up the whole pan. Dude, moon-eyed people's eyeballs.
Yeah, these things look good. I mean, it is like extra chocolate chips. This is my kind of cookie, is what I'm getting at. Like,
so it was
like 300 chocolate chips per cookie. It was the perfect ratio of chocolate to chocolate chip ratio. Like, these cookies easily were a 10 on a scale of 1 to 10.
So I wonder where in West Virginia she lives.
Do we pass through West Virginia?
Well, I told you my college pizza joint has franchise since I graduated 500 years ago. Now I'm sounding like George Santos. But anyway,
500 years ago,
since I went to college there a long time ago, there was this pizza place called Lido's.
Yeah.
They only had one location in College Park, Maryland. Now they're franchised. And in Martinsburg, West Virginia,
they got one.
That's how we're going up. Interstate 81. And then we're cutting through New Jersey to get to New York.
You hear this, Janet?
We're going to go eat there.
All right.
Lunch or dinner, whenever we arrive.
You know how to get a hold of us.
Yeah, Janet. If you want to come over and have Lido's, the best pizza in the world.
Yeah, bring some cookies.
Yeah.
Bring the family.
Bring the whole family. We'll feed them some Lido's.
We'll have some pizza.
Yeah.
So if we were going to Daytona, where would we not want to stay there?
Well,
Sunshine.
Jay Ski, who is a very popular guy for NASCAR.
Ski.
Yeah. I'm thinking this is a relative. It's Joe Ski.
I swear, man, if my name was Joe, I would legit change it.
To Ski?
To anything but Joe.
Little Ski?
Little Ski. I'd change it from Joe to Ski. Ski Carden. That's what you'd call me.
Well, Joe stayed at the Heritage Inn in Daytona.
I'm sure Joe did. He probably left some classified documents there.
A Google 5 out of 5. I mean, that's as good as you can get.
I bet Joe left classified documents at the Beach House Inn.
Well, this was the Heritage, where Beach House is like next. I don't know what happened. I printed like 500 reviews.
Jamie legit
front and back.
He printed every review ever for the Beach House Inn.
I don't know what I copy and pasted.
The Beach House Inn is the hotel we had the unfortunate pleasure of staying in for 7.5 minutes. All right, Heritage.
Joe Ski.
Joe Ski.
He says it was shady, which is what I like.
He gave it a 5 out of 5.
Yeah, shady, which is what he likes. Needed some weed, but crack was way easier to get. But I went across to the shady 7-Eleven and got my weed. They had no key to the room, but they did give me a butter knife and a pair of hedge clippers and showed me how to shimmy the lock. They were very nice, and I got the best head of my life from a toothless lady that lived there since she had teeth. What? Back in the 70s something.
Oh, she's been there since she had teeth.
since she had teeth in the 70s.
He got head? Is that what you said?
That's what he said.
It just dawned on me what you said.
It says, best head of my life from the toothless lady that lived there since the 70s. The milk crates weren't bad to sit on for furniture, but hey, what do you expect for $75 a week? I was able to get by with no fridge because Shady's at 7-Eleven across the street, but the bugs stayed under the stuff for most of the part of my stay.
That must have been right there next to our Best Western, too, because that's by the 7-Eleven, right?
Yeah. And the smell was easy to deal with as I just lit a few candles I got from Walmart. I'd stay there again.
So we tried the candle thing. That didn't happen. Well, we left to go to Walmart. We went to Walmart with the intentions of buying sleeping bags and candles. And the more we thought about it, the more we went
for burgers.
Then we just had to go eat.
While we were there, I'm like, dude, I can't. If we're going back, we're packing. There's no way we're staying.
That's what we did.
Uh-huh.
We didn't leave our stuff there anyway.
That was when I decided to read reviews right there at the, what was it, Wayback Burgers.
Yeah. That's when it started. That's like, when this segment started.
We can't get another place like that. So
Thanks to Marlo and the Gold Gems gloves.
That's the lady that was a butthole to us at the Harry Beach House Crack Inn.
Crack House Inn.
Yeah. So I've got like 100 to choose from. I'm going to pick like 2.
We'll read some good ones there, Sunshine.
Well, here's another 5 out of 5 for the Beach House Inn.
How you do? That's got to be Patel.
The lady working the front desk, Marla, was very welcoming. The way she punched me in the face with the fingerless gloves, I think they were weightlifting gloves, made me realize how much I loved life. The green pool, she told me was food coloring for a special occasion at St. Patty's Day, which of course I believed her, except for when I got an incurable toenail fungus from using the pool.
That's horrible. That's nasty, man.
The stains on my pillow, I wasn't sure if they were drool, blood, or semen, but I liked it. 5 out of 5.
That's horrible.
We'll be staying again.
That is horrible.
Can you believe that?
That's the nastiest place I've ever been in my life.
Well, and then that was Sadie Kirch who left that review. 5 out of 5. Rena Lopez, she says, this is also Beach House Inn. 1 out of 5. Nasty, nasty, nasty. Triple exclamation point.
Nasty,
with
nasty,
each nasty. This has been the nastiest hotel I've ever booked. The pictures that are online are nothing compared to what you will find. Well, you know, I did a little research. The rooms that they have in the pictures, if you go to the Holiday Inn down the road, same pictures. Do you think they copied the images and dumped them on their website?
You know, when you say that, we went on the website after you booked the Beach House Inn and looked at the pictures, and it did not look bad.
No.
There's one really nice room at the Beach House Inn. Now, Marlo lives in it.
Yeah, Marlo's got to.
Yeah, I mean, that's the only reason she fixed it up. That's how she gets paid. She gets free room, free cracks.
She's 4'11" and like 60 pounds. With weightlifting gloves.
And her husband owns a 7-Eleven across the street.
Yeah.
And who's the crackhead in the alleyway? Does he show up on any
reviews? That was Daryl. He's our logo.
No.
He showed up at the race in Atlanta.
That's right. Cousin Daryl. That's Daryl's cousin Daryl. That's what it is. What else you got?
Well, she says I was without a place to stay because I abandoned the room as soon as I opened the door.
That's probably smart.
We found a better place just down the road. That's what we did. Do not book this hotel. I can go on and on writing of what I saw. The employee washing the bed sheets had her child inside a garbage can while she worked.
Somebody washed the bed sheets?
That's what it says.
We didn't even get that.
The furniture in the pool is old and broken. Well, I guess it was in the pool. Simply do not book here. You will not get what you were expecting. I only gave 1 star because it was the only way it would allow me to post this, but they deserve none. No.
You can't fall into a 0-star trap. Come on.
They don't travel enough.
Well, maybe she just started reading reviews too.
They don't travel enough.
Maybe this is her first review. She don't know. I'm actually giving her the benefit of the doubt, which I never do because I usually think she is an idiot. She's an idiot because she stayed.
Why would you stay?
Why would you stay longer than 5 minutes?
So I think this is Marla again.
Uh-oh.
Same place. 0 customer service. Rude lady. Nasty place. Key is in a paper clip. Beds are stained. Pool's very gross. Everything outdated. Absolutely nothing.
The key is a paper clip.
They had to break in just like the other guy. She gave it a 1 out of 5 though. Perla Ledbetter. Absolutely nothing like the pictures. Don't go here. It's the worst hotel. Worst hotel I've ever been to, and I had the worst experience. I would rate this less than 0 if I could.
You can't. You just can't. There's no possible way. You can't leave nothing. If you left nothing, you didn't do anything. I mean, I say this every week, and these idiots, Google needs to hire me to do a 1.5 minute class on how to leave a review. We'll start by 0's not an option, so don't even friggin' put it in your review. Otherwise, Google should have an algorithm where if you put, I wanted to give it 0, where it just automatically deletes it and sends you spam emails every hour for the next 30 days, reminding you that you're a moron.
You know who I really feel bad for?
Who?
Let's say you're sitting there in Michigan, right? Detroit, Michigan. You're working at the Ford plant.
Cold.
It's cold, man. Like
busting your finger.
negative 15 degrees.
Knuckles bleeding. You don't even know.
Working your ass off on F-150s, and you tell your wife, honey,
wearing Wranglers.
let's go down to Daytona and enjoy the weather here in January. And she says, okay.
And it's cold.
So you look at those pictures online at the Beach House Inn.
Marlowe's room.
That looks nice and it's ocean front.
Yeah, $75 a week.
Yeah, let's stay there. And your wife says, yeah, let's go. You drive 16 hours to get there. And when you get there, you're like, this is not the place in the pictures. We got the address right. And you put in Waze the address again, and it tells you you're there.
And you're
That it's a 1-minute walk.
What do you think he drove?
From your location. An F-150. They got discounted.
I think he drove a Ford Probe.
He might have, because he's very frugal.
Yeah.
Let's call this guy.
Maybe it was brand new when he bought it.
Let's call him Ernie.
Okay.
Ernie.
And Sarah.
Ernie and Sarah.
Yeah. Ernie and Sarah go to Florida from
So
Detroit.
they go in there and they got the 2-inch thick plexiglass because Marla's afraid of COVID.
Well, no, it's bulletproof. She's afraid of getting shot. Nothing to do
That's
with COVID.
probably why. Their
probably
excuse is COVID, though.
She probably had COVID. That glass was up 2 years before
You
COVID.
booked it online like we did, and they said, oh, Priceline canceled your reservation, which in code, as we've learned from the reviews, means they don't want to pay Priceline.
Yeah, so they canceled it.
But we have one room left at the same price. So you give me your credit card. You send your wife, go look at the pool, honey. She comes back and says, hey, don't give me any money. The pool screen. And the hot tub doesn't work. And the deck fell into the ocean from a hurricane. And you go, well, I already gave it. And you tell Marla through the 2-inch plexiglass, hey, can you give me my car back? We decided we don't want to stay here. She says, no refunds.
I already ran it.
I ran it. No refunds.
She steals your card.
Uh-huh.
Tries shooting you through the bulletproof glass.
Uh-huh. And you reserve for a week, and she tells you no refunds. $1,000 down the drain.
So that's who you feel bad for. Ernie.
Well, I felt bad for us. We only drove 300 miles.
384 miles.
Okay, 384.
Right?
But
is that what it is?
Ernie and Sarah driving down from Detroit.
Is that more?
How do you fix
398 miles.
How do you fix the con job? You're going to double pay for a nicer room.
So here's what you got to realize. Ernie from Detroit, he ain't taking no crap off Marlo.
You think he's going to punch through that 2-inch?
Oh, yeah. See, Ernie,
plexiglass?
What we left out is Ernie's 280 pounds. Ernie played linebacker.
And he's a patriot.
And Ernie's American patriot.
He went to Michigan.
He works for Ford and has worked there since he was 18. Started at 16 sweeping the parking lot.
And he don't cotton no guff.
No, he takes it. He takes it.
I mean, he's like 4th generation.
He don't even talk crap.
His great-great-grandfather
knew Henry Ford.
Put tires on the Model T on the assembly line.
For Henry.
Mm-hmm.
Guaranteed.
He was there when Detroit was at its peak when he was a little boy.
Ernie's middle name.
It went straight to hell from 2008, and he's there to rebuild the city, too.
Ernie's middle name is Focus.
Whoa.
Ernie Focus Ford. I think his last name's Ford. I think he just.
Well, it's just there's a lot of Fords I know that aren't related to Henry. Well, they're probably related, but it's like generational way back.
Identifies as a Ford.
Well, you know, people have worked for companies for multi-generations.
That's why.
They identify as the company they work for.
Exactly. So that's why. So Ernie, when she says no refunds, Ernie don't even bat an eye.
Does he got a Remington 12 gauge in the car? In the back of his truck?
He Chuck Norris's it. Through the window. 2 inches of plexi destroyed. Flying kick, Chuck Norris right through it. And he don't even cut his foot because you know he's barefoot too. And he's got on karate pants.
Does he leave?
He's changed now into a karate outfit.
After he punches Marla?
Yeah. And Sarah.
You know what Sarah brings with her?
No,
it's like, their signature after they've
fought
for justice.
She's like Kill Bill. She pulls out a samurai sword And Marlo's like, okay, take the card. Now they're through the plexiglass. So not only do they take their credit card,
Did she take that weird motorcycle?
they get on the motorcycle.
We had to Google to find out
Ernie
who made
and
it.
Sarah steal the
The
motorcycle.
infield.
Yeah, and take off. And guess what? They go down to the Best Western, get a cheeseburger and a room for a week.
They got pretty good cheeseburgers there at the Tiki Licky Bar.
Tiki Leaky.
Tiki Leaky?
I think that's
Tiki Talkie?
Tiki Leaky.
TikTok?
Tiki Taki was from that song on that show, Weeds. Remember? Did you watch that show?
Yeah.
Where it's like Tiki Taki,
Yeah.
Taki Tiki, something like that.
So they're in that part of the hotel that didn't fall in the ocean?
Yeah. Not now.
Oh, this is last year?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
This is like a couple months ago.
All right.
This is
Hurricane Marlo?
Yeah.
Marlin? Do you think she's really a... I'm not going there.
Marlo.
Marla. That's her name. Marla.
Yeah.
That's what I saw in like 20 reviews, Marla.
Marla.
No one likes Marla.
She was rude.
Well, she doesn't give you any refunds.
No. All right. What else you got?
That's it.
That's it?
That's a wrap, dude. You know what happens next?
What happened?
24 hours of Daytona, baby. I don't have a Rolex, do you?
No.
Will they accept an Apple Watch for us to get in?
Can I change the face on my Apple Watch to look like a Rolex?
I think you can.
I love Daytona, man. This is going to be so much fun.
I have a Movado.
So far, the weather's supposed to be nice.
Same country, right?
I don't know.
Movado?
No.
I haven't worn a watch in years. I'm not sure it still
Or
works.
Apple Watch.
I got a Swatch.
I like the digital.
I got a Swatch
I
from
like the
80s.
digital watch because I like to know how many calories I'm burning, how many steps I'm taking, how many miles I've walked.
What did we walk last time? Like 12 miles?
No, it was like 18 miles. From Friday to Sunday when we left, we walked 18 miles. That's Friday. We walked around Friday. We went back Saturday, walked around.
Sunday walked around.
And stayed till like 3 in the morning.
That was cold.
Went back to the hotel, got a couple hours sleep, and went back and watched the end of the race.
Ernie and Sarah would have felt at home that night.
They wouldn't have left.
No, they would have
been in the
spring.
Ernie and Sarah would have been in the grandstands with a styrofoam cooler and Old Milwaukee's Best.
Yeah.
And never moved. Not even. They would have taken the portable car toilet and put it in the stands. And the bathtub, probably. That's probably why they wouldn't have to leave. They're up there in the hot tub.
Boy, those little gas furnaces they put up, those little pole ones, they didn't do much.
Well, then the other ones were roped off. The only place we couldn't get were those big, tall furnace things.
Uh-huh.
Nobody was there. Like, why even have them running? You're just wasting gas. They won't even let you have a natural gas stove in California yet. Here we are with NASCAR
Well,
and
they're
Daytona.
trying to get rid of natural gas for us.
That's because it causes asthma. Well,
Okay.
it doesn't cause asthma, but cooking certain items on it could cause asthma.
So that's pre-electricity. People have been
cooking-
sucking on
Yeah,
natural gas for
cooking
200 dang years.
Cooking certain items with electricity can cause asthma as well, and it's only done it once, maybe. They're not
Twice.
sure.
And California does it every day, though.
Oh, yeah. Everybody has asthma in California.
And cancer.
And asthma. And asthma cancer.
Asthma cancer. Yeah, that's what we ought to close the show with. Asthma cancer. Sponsored by
Asthma.
Vote 2024 George Santos for president.
Hey, it's Monday night, make sure you check out Left Turn Cult tonight at 10. I'm going to have our first race car spelled backwards ad on the show tonight. So
Is it related to our cannonball run to the chase?
I hope so.
Huh.
Should be interesting.
Should be.
I'm going to check it out. I'm kind of excited. So make sure you tune in at 10 o'clock on YouTube, Left Turn Cult. You don't want to miss it. Other than that, that's all I got. You got anything, Jamie?
No, just want to thank everyone for listening. Everyone, it doesn't matter your creed, your religion,
Pansexual or not.
ban, whatever, banshees.
We like y'all.
If you're a ghost
We love anybody who listens.
of Christmas past and you listen to our podcast,
Or Christmas future.
yeah,
Or present.
or just
If you're a moon-eyed and listen in Tennessee,
thank you.
please reach out. When we come through Knoxville, we will be willing to stop to meet you.
That's a gas stop anyway.
Yeah, I mean, we just meet.
Love's Truck Stop,
We'll bring $5 in quarters.
where Interstate 40 hits Interstate
We won't
81.
bring any dollar bills. We'll bring all change because we know that's what you like, but just meet us there.
Should we meet Paul at a Love's Trucking stop in Memphis? Is that our next gas stop? It is.
Maybe.
Yeah.
That'd be quick, though.
We'll get him
Hey.
a gas station hot dog.
As we pass by, hey.
Well, I can pump the gas. Well, it depends on whose turn it is to drive, and the other person can get them a
a drink.
gas station hot dog.
Yeah. Man, we're going to eat some nasty food.
No, Swiss rolls, Coca-Cola, and coffee. We're going to have a Keurig in the back.
Heck yeah. Well, thanks to everyone who listens, watches, shares the show on social media with your friends. Make sure you follow us on Twitter. We're at Car Backwards. Go to our YouTube channel and subscribe. Make sure to check out our videos and our shorts. Check us out on Spotify and rate us. Subscribe to the show on Apple Podcasts and leave a review. Send us a DM or email us at racecarbackwardspod@gmail.com. We'll read any questions you got on the show. And make sure you to check out our merch store. It's found at racecarbackwards.com or racecarbackwards.threadless.com. Other than that, y'all have a good week.
Enjoy the week, guys.
We'll see you in Daytona. You just listened to Race Car spelled backwards. For that, we thank you.